Hello, and welcome to Banished, a city building colony sim by Shining Rock Studios, I think they're called. And this will be another casual playthrough. I don't know what to call this town. Well, I was going to call it Casual Aberrance, but Aberranta is what it's now called. And I think we'll try the mountains. We can go for some medium terrain. In a harsh climate, disasters will stay on, and we'll have a hard starting condition. Although we will need to start with the usual. I think what we'll do is get them building up probably a longhouse. And for that we're going to need the resources of stone and wood. Maybe we'll throw up a fishery very early on. A gatherer's hut would be useful as well though. It's also useful when you assign people as builders. But currently we have a bunch of labourers. We can have 4 builders work on this. Let's have a look at this map. Big old mountain range in the middle. We are right next to a lake, well, across a river from the lake. And the river divides the entire centre of the map. It seems to be 3 little ones. A bunch of natural resources over here, a bunch of iron. We've got iron going all the way around here as well. We have a lot of actual living space in here as well. We may want to put farms in here. Probably get one set up in here as well. There we go. Big old storage zone. I'm going to cancel the resource gathering over here for a moment. Just so they, 1, continue to grab the stone, but 2, because I want them to prioritise getting themselves some shelter. Let's have a look. This is our event log. I'll put that down here. Then we have our statistics. And then we'll also have our professions over here. I won't keep them open. We can see what our resources are. We have 1,200 food. We have 8 adults and 9 children. And we'll just let them set this up for now. And we will use time compression for this. There's the foundations. So now just the builders getting to work. And while they do that, I'll set up a field. I should see where the fishery's going first. That's fine. That's quite nice actually. So we'll throw that up as well. I think what we'll do is just a 15 by 10. Because that should be enough crops. Oh, it doesn't seem we even have a crop to plant. Yeah, that's going to be a restriction. And we are going to actually want proper houses up. But I would rather them have a food supply first. We'll put the gatherer's hut right there. Gatherer's hut and then a hunter's cabin just here. Which will mean that the hunter's cabin will probably need to move later. But we should be fine until then. Not sure they're perfectly lined up. Not sure they can be. One of the kids have grown up as well. And that's why we want the extra houses. Not just so people can move out, but that they can have their own kids. And we can keep our population growing. There we go, this is going up now. And I prefer more labourers to builders. 3 should be enough to do almost all tasks. We currently have that. And we'll probably get 2 or 3 fisheries. I will go for 3, apparently. And then the other thing we'll want is the firewood, woodcutter. We do want them near a stockpile. That would make our lives a fair whack easier. There we go. The deers are coming back. We will want an actual storage shed at some point here as well. Thinking. It really needs to be centralized with everything we're doing. I will put it more here, I think. Just so everyone from the fishery workers to these guys can all get to it in good time. And because the fishery is closer to home, we will put it there. Halving really isn't my greatest priority right now. As well, we'll start selecting what priority jobs are. We don't need 3 people on you. Now 1, yeah, 2 people need to gather us up. We really just need to gather all the hunter up. There we go. Gatherer's hut is already up. We'll set a couple people to do that job as well. We'll take 1 builder out so we have 3 labourers. Once we've let the gatherers grab a bunch of stuff, I will probably go down to just 1. And possibly 2 hunters, just because hunters are on a bigger time restraint. And we'll basically just spend this initial time gathering these resources, the nearest by ones. Namely stone and wood. Make sure we have plenty of firewood. There's our woodcutter. This can only house 1 woodcutter anyway. And once that storage barn is almost done, we will get rid of this cart. Not these stockpiles alright though. Let's have a look at what our food storage is like. In storage, none, because it's just the food that's probably in there. So I'm going to have to gauge it by the food in here. About 400. Next thing finished will be the hunters. We've assigned 1 hunter. This cart can be removed. And then we will pull out 1 more of our builders. Let's start getting this iron. So we can build a blacksmith's. Some more stone. Just on the edge. And we'll also cut down some of these trees. And we'll want to get a forester's lodge. Just so we don't have to walk that far all of the time. Right, there are a bunch of deer coming over here, so let's get another hunter for the time being. Just so we can gather up the extra meat. Yeah, there's some leather. You will want to get some other houses set up. You can have 1 down by the fishery and woodcutters. That way they don't have to walk very far. I would prefer not to block this though. So we'll probably set it up here. And then we could fit another one in. Will that block anything? It won't. That's actually quite nicely spaced. There we go. But houses on either side. That should allow people to work at the fishery just to go back and forth between these spaces. We may only want to go with 1 for now. That's what I'll do. When we build up our stockpile a little bit more. I've decided that I'm going to pause this house as well, in hindsight. The reason why the reserve of logs is low is because of the extra firewood I assigned, which is fine. What I'm going to do instead is just ride out this first winter, where everyone is in the same home. So we'll go through late spring into summer, and we'll just keep gathering resources and effectively just keep planning this out. Fill this place up. The blacksmith will actually be prioritised to get thrown down earlier on. I don't want to put it in a place where we can burn everything down easily. Maybe I will put it there. I want it close enough to the raw resources and to the storage, so that they only have to go from there to there to there. I think we'll have 25 tools as our minimum in storage. That should be enough for these. I will just wait until basically when spring rolls around next year, to start getting up the other houses, just so we don't have a situation where we run out of firewood or food for the big building itself, or the house, but the big building as a priority. Gatherer's hut. The next one could probably afford to go over here. There will be some overlap, but not a huge amount. Or we just go for another fishery, because those are things that can work throughout the winter. Yep, we shall get ourselves the fishery, and anyone that doesn't have anything to do can go and get more stone and more wood. And that will be our next fishery. We'll go up to 6, 3 in each effectively. We won't have the most varied diets, but we will have fish, meat, and variable foods that we find: berries, onions, fruits. We will want another gatherer's hut for that reason. But I will... do I want to start it in winter? I'll probably wait until late winter to start building the houses. So while we wait, I will probably just let them go and get the extra wood, so that it doesn't take too long, and that we have the firewood available the moment they get their houses set up. In fact, I'm going to tell you to go up to 400. I will drop that back down. Just gather more of these trees up. Just turned off the status icons. I think I will build a road from here to here earlier on. Never mind, we're in late winter. I want the builders to go and work on this, or a singular builder to work on this. They're in no hurry, in which case, well, never mind, we can have 2 builders working on it. Because we're already in early spring. And with that being a relatively comfortable winter, I also want to build both. And hopefully we can start growing our population a fair bit. And once they've done that, we will build a road up there, just to streamline things a bit more. I think I will go up to a 3rd house as well. Do we want to squeeze more in? Not sure I left a gap for you though, did I? I did not. So people will have to walk around in that case. If they have to walk around, we will leave a gap. Like that. We will let one builder work on the gatherer's hut. We will assign another builder, not the 3 now. Woodcutter is absolutely fine to drop back down to 300. They don't need to be working all throughout the year, and our stockpile is still high. Mainly the food supplies I now need to keep an eye on, but as more and more people move out of here, it should distribute nicely. That's the hope anyway. This isn't terribly expensive, it takes a lot of stone, but we need to make sure that we have a good placement for it. The issue is it's going to take away a lot of the effective area for that gatherer's hut. So we may just want to stick it somewhere like here. Yeah, I think that'll be the better place. I will mark it, but I will mark the area for it. But I will pause the construction for it for now. And I will pause the construction of this house, and I will let them get the gatherer's hut up. Wherever it is, here it is. They can get this. I will bump up to 3 builders. So now they can all go and work on that. They're going around gathering the venison, and someone will grab the hide. Probably one of the labourers. Nope, he's gonna get it as well. Oh, what's the progress going on this? Gatherers, not great. They still need to cut down all of the trees that are in the way of it. But we are building up a nice stockpile of logs. We do have enough resources. Other than the iron. But there is iron over here. And if we get enough from that... Someone's passed away already. Was trampled by a wild boar. That is quite bad. Losing someone this early on is not great. Not great at all. The reason for this market is that it will gather from the storage places. And then people will come here to buy the resources they need. Effectively, it's just a distribution center. So we don't need it yet. Not until we have the people to distribute to. And especially when we have multiple of these, it will then become worth it. Two gatherers in this hut, 0 in this one. Not greatly useful. I will put 2 in each. With food still being a high priority. And that's one thing, the variety of food will increase people's life expectancy. Their lifespan, that is. I did distribute those to Gatherer, did I not? I did not. I made some hunters. There we go, Gatherers. And speaking of life expectancy, I probably want to go ahead and get the herbalist going at some point here as well. But I will go for the tailor first. Just to help us through the winter months. Yeah, there we go. And then we can build a house up around here as well. We'll build that one. Let's have a look at the event log. 2 new adults, we have 1 child born. And I'll probably want to build that path fairly soonish. I'm waiting because they will likely prioritise the building of the road over the house and the tailor, as they've already prioritised the house over the tailor, which is fine. But it's also the reason why I'm not getting these 3 houses going first. We're also heading into autumn, but once again we will wait until winter has ended before I build more houses. So we'll just let this one play out again. Let time pass. We can always move the market back one as well, if I want a space there, and I probably will. Do something like this, but we can put the well in this side. But then we have a unused space over here. So unless we wanted to put something like storage just back here, which does not seem very nice to me. You could fit houses in here instead. I think we could fit 3 houses back there, so that may actually be the storage. We put a well in here. We put a well down here. No, we can't. Ah, that's a shame. That kind of ruins that plan. Right, we'll get rid of these ones then. And we'll have a rethink of that. then fit the well in here, and suddenly we can't afford to move those forwards. In which case, do we have double storage? We go. And then fit the well in here. It takes 40 stone for one of these, so they will not be a huge priority for me either. And I will get rid of this and put houses back here as well. But not yet. I think we prioritise this side. Just so these guys don't have to walk very far. Let's speed through winter. And into the late winter we go. So at this point we will start working on a couple more houses. Maybe go for full 3 of them. Really try and get this population growing. We don't really have the labourers to shift this stuff, so it's just going to have to sit here for now. Don't really have a lot of builders either. This is partly why we want the population to grow. It's also the downside of things like hunters' cabins. Is that if we had farms, there would be downtime during winter where they could come and do the job of a labourer. Decent stockpile of food. Got our tools. Still alright on firewood for now. Don't have a great deal of logs. We probably will want another woodcutter at some point here. The thing is, I almost want to distribute it from the other woodcutters. They should be fine. Just a question of spacing, as always. In which case, can a house fit in here? It can fit in here without blocking either side. The plan will actually be to put a road this side and this side then. Maybe we hold off. We may be able to fit another building in here. If we did have a schoolhouse there, I think that should be alright. The distribution of this should be fine, I think. Don't keep that one paused, thank you. Right, here goes our few houses. We are, I think, well and truly into spring. Yep, early spring. I suppose we could scrap the boarding house as well, but there's no need for it. Our food supplies just keep going up. Woodcutters is not providing enough firewood just yet. Do I want you over this side to be closer to the stockpile? The answer is yes. Trying to make sure that I don't block any kind of road. Do want our foresters up though, we can't really delay that much longer. Because people are just going to have to go on a long journey. Get any bit of wood. Yeah, we'll go more outwards. Just so we aren't covering those houses near the boarding house. Although I'm also looking at this side. I'm looking at trying to keep the circle away from there. We're trying to cover this area. If we go a house at the back of this, if nothing else, just to see what the spacing's like. What was that? And then we had the foresters. Don't know which way around I want it. Probably this way. Ooh. I mean, we'll want a path going along 2 sides of it anyway. It's just which direction they're going to come out and walk to. They're probably not going to come out and walk straight this way, but they will walk that way. And maybe over here. So like this. And leave a space between the house. There we go. Still plenty of people living at home currently. We'll get one builder working on this house, one builder working on the foresters. Both of those are unpaused. Pause the woodcutter for now. I think our woodcutter's doing a good enough job where they will be ready for winter. And we'll bump this up to 400. And we need to make sure we cut down enough trees to supply them. You know that the forest to cover this area covers this area, so it should be right to get rid of these trees. People still haven't got these ones. I'm wondering if they can even walk in. They can. Looks like they can walk there from both sides. Probably just don't have the free labourers. Nope. Everyone is busy. Probably throw up a bridge back here later on. If we can. Oh, it's in a bad spot. A real bad spot. 22 from there. 23 from here. 25. Whoops. Not ideal. 12 from there. 15 from here. Well, I made a bit of a mistake. Unless... oh, that's even worse. Yeah, we're just gonna have to put one on either side. And this will remain a dead zone. Where nothing really happens. Oh, there we go. A bit more distribution between these houses. These ones are still pretty full up. But we will get this house up here. It's just whether we have enough food in storage for all of this. 257. Not really. Oops. Not really enough storage. Food in storage. Oh, I don't think I'll expand much over there. We've got the forest to do their work. We will be going probably back here into this zone with what we're doing. And maybe across to this side and then this side. There's a nice amount of stone over here as well. We'll let these two build up and then maybe build a bridge across. How much will that cost us? 12 stone. We do have 64 iron, 112. Yep, it's just the wood supply that we have to be cautious about. 48 logs. In which case, hold off on moving this house. Get this going. Make sure we're not throwing resources into anything else in terms of building. We're still in spring, thankfully, but we still have time to prepare. Oh, there we go. With her happiness being low, it reminds me that we can probably do with a graveyard at some point as well. But we will need more stone for that. Yeah, they take up a good amount of space. Probably want it as close to the residential area as we can. Oh, how big can you make this? Very. But we don't need a 20 by 20 graveyard. 76 stone. Yeah, I don't think we'll need the gigantic graveyard. A 10 by 10 should suffice. You know, the minimum we can have it is 7. 8 by 10, let's save on some of the stone. Hopefully they will get to actually building these up. Because this thing still isn't built. Mainly because the people doing the labouring are still cutting down trees. Do I want to stop them from doing that for the time being? I think the answer is yes. At least on this side. Try and cover as much of this area as we can. Yeah, they can cut down these last few trees. And then I want them to get on and finish this. Because while the labourers are doing that, the builders have nothing to do and are also going and doing that. As the labourers are the ones that carry the raw resources over there. Builders won't do it themselves. We do have 18 coats available, and our 25 tools, so these two aren't working. This guy's not working because I don't have the resources, but that's fine. That's if we don't actively need the coats, I don't mind. So they're also working as labourers currently, which is nice. Nobody's living in the boarding house currently. I'm wondering if it's worth going to Pt.1 here and putting in another little storage thing over there, even just a little one. Just so people can go over here, get some of this, and then immediately drop it off. I suppose we could build a temporary one here, or just a permanent one there, in which case we can just put the bridge there again. So we've now got 0 labourers. I'm going to take away one of the builders and just make them a labourer as well. And we will tell them to not bother cutting down trees and just plant them out. Because we will tell people to manually cut down trees, just like we have throughout this whole area. Nope, the bridge has already gone up and I wasn't paying attention. We'll just grab all of the resources from over here that we can. There you go. And get the cemetery going. That shouldn't take long. Take a look at this housing situation. A full family. Yeah, we're gonna want some more houses built up. We'll let them finish the graveyard first. And once they've done that, we can let them go and build the houses. And I will tell us to go up to 2 builders because I do want this done relatively quickly. As we are already in early winter. Food is low. Storage. We still got 200. I may turn that alert off. See how well that one ends. We do currently have enough stone to build a well. And I would like to get it up. Just in case, because I think a fire would be a worst case scenario for me. How much would a tiny bridge cost? 6. Only 6 all the way across. Only 24 wood, it's not that bad. It's really not that bad at all. We're now in spring, we can build this. House should be going up nice and quick. Put 2 builders on that. But they're all going to be working over here. These do take a long time to build. It's got 80 build time compared to a house which has 30. And they do prioritise them. One guy can work on the bridge. We've only got 2 builders. And it's fine, they can get it done throughout the year. Yeah, these houses still instantly get filled the moment they're built. We're not in a terrible place, given it's our 5th year. We lost 1 person to a wild war, but I don't think there was much we could do about that. Maybe tell people to gather more wood. Out here. Give the forester a bit more space to do some planting. Next priority, probably this house. We can afford to drop one of our gatherers. Maybe even drop 2 of them. Go on to 2 more labourers. Get more houses built up as well. Although it's probably getting close to winter now. Autumn. Do we push it for one more house? Don't really have the food for it. Pause it, pause it, pause it. We'll just go for the herbalist instead. For now. Maybe get another hunters over there. Could we squeeze a hunter's cabin? Yeah, no we cannot. We might be able to path around so that it fits over here, but we need a bridge across. Maybe just throwing one back here would be better. For now. We don't need overlap at all for these though. I mean, we could fit it right in the valley. Between these two mountains, it would work. It's far out, but they would have greater chance of getting deer. I don't think it's the prairie though. We're probably better off getting more fish than that. I'd throw up an orchard, but we don't really have the workforce for it yet. We'll get another gatherer's hut out here. That basically covers this entire area. Let's just look at where people are walking from and to. No one really has to walk far from home to get to Lake Door by the looks of things. We just speed through winter, I think. Let people build this up. Try not to pause the game. There we go, we can get our first herbalist. Try and keep our health up. We can grab some of this stone as well. Food supply just dropped down to 0 for a moment then. And again. But we are now in late winter, so let's slow this right back down. Unpause this. I'm not sure how efficient these things are to have directly next to each other. I mean, this would make sure we covered the other side of it. And there's not really going to be a lot else over there. Maybe over this side, but probably not on these sections. So we may as well. In theory, I should have put the graveyard over here. The cemetery. Everything's starting to come together. Oh, suddenly snow. Ta-da. Early spring. I would really like to get some seeds, but a trading post is not cheap to build. But if we got seeds, we'd be able to build some farms up, and then the food situation would be fairly comfortable. I'm still not happy about it currently. I'm not even sure if I want to go up to 2 hunters in each. It really just depends on how many labourers we have. I suppose I could drop 1 builder, use 1 labourer, and then go up to 4 hunters. But we're probably better off just having 1 in each. For now. Because they're not always working, are they? Oh, well, they might be. In hindsight, I'll go up to 2 in each. We're still waiting on this one to be completed though. Let's see the spring through. We could put fisheries over here as well. The diet of our people will be nothing but fish if we do this, but at least we'll have food for them to eat. Not the priority now anyway, this is get this hunter's cabin up. Get another house built up before winter comes. Which will only pull our food supplies apart even more, so it may be time to start thinking about getting this market up. Which means we'll need more stone, more iron, more wood, more everything in terms of natural resources. Where are we going to get this stone from? We've still got this stuff out here to get. There's more over here as well. We'll probably want to build a little bridge across from there. Let's see where the smallest bridge can go. Someone's just died. Someone just died of starvation. 2 people have died of starvation because I was floundering. Let's just turn the icons back on so we can see. Things were not going as well as I thought. We have 2 households starving. We've already lost 2 people to starvation. How do we even grapple with something like this? We currently have 5 more labourers. We have 5 more labourers, but I don't know what to do with them. We can get more gatherers. Another person's died of starvation. A herbalist. We have 1 person over there. But we'll get 2 in each. If we can. Builder, I need you to become a gatherer. We'll just go without a herbalist for now. You can go without a tailor for now. And a blacksmith can also sit out of their old job. Yep, that was going a lot poorer than I thought it was. Silly mate. Graveyard got filled up a bit quicker. These do decay over time. If you delete the cemetery, the gravestones will stay there, but over time they will disappear. I don't think this hunter's cabin will be the saviour of our home, but it should help with this food crisis. Let's hope no one else starves in the process of building it. They did, but that's because they are still trying to gather these resources. We'll just tell them to stop that. To get them to go and actually build this hunter's cabin. These people are living hand to mouth so desperately currently. And autumn's here, so we'll be going into winter by the time this gets finished. I might even get 1 more hunter, drop the builder, go up to 4 hunters. Nothing will get built quickly, but that really isn't the care right now. As we go into late autumn. Follow this guy around. Oh, they're a builder. So they're just working as a labourer currently. I'm carrying fish all the way into the wilderness to grab some mushrooms. As you do. Trees are starting to grow around here again now. Plenty of deer over there. Right, let's exit this. Take a look at our food supplies. That's still dropping. Still living hand to mouth, but still no one is starving. I'm guessing a labourer replaced our herbalist, which is fine. It's perfectly fine. It would have been the next thing I prioritised anyway. There we go, food just jumped up. Bunch of venison got delivered. And there goes the snow. As we're back to early spring of the 7th year. We've got 4 in the graveyard, but I think 2 died outside of us having the graveyard. Or maybe just 1. Let's take a look at how we're doing in these houses again. As the population has shifted. 2 adults and their kids. Just 1 adult. There's someone living at home. Another person living at home. I think we can afford to build 1 more. Over here. Then probably get the woodcutters. before we finish this, or even start it. 62 stone. We don't really have the wood to spare, but we can now go ahead and collect a lot of these trees. We always clear one side and then move to the other. Take the few big ones that's cropped up over there, and a few of the nearby ones on this side as well, just so people don't have to walk very far. And so for that reason we'll also get these ones, with the storage is just there. Probably just build the path that goes up here, and then either side of the herbalist. So if they want to go that way or that way, they're sped up a little bit. But the main priority is the road that goes all the way up through here. Just once this house is finished. I'm still just having a look around the village. I suppose we could take a road from all the way back here. As this seems to be the side that most people prioritise, this side is currently the one people use the most. We're still fairly low on wood. This house isn't really going quick with one build up. Not really what I had in mind. Ah, no, I see what the issue is. Right, the house is built, so we'll get the road started. In hindsight, I should have prioritised the small road in between all the houses, just so people could get out quicker. Wood supply is still notably low, which doesn't fill me with confidence. There's a tree in the way over there. Getting carried away again with these paths. Thankfully they don't take that long. There we go. Need some space for some trees. Yeah, we'll need space for trees. Forest hills, do you get the back of this place? You do get the back of this place. But it shouldn't really matter. There we go. There's most of our paths set up. Get this one thrown up as well as we go into early autumn. Food supplies are nicely stocked up currently as well. We'll go as far across as we can with that road and then back up it in. Lovely. And we do have a bunch of labourers now. So we will want more houses, and for that reason I'm going to slow down. We're going into late autumn. So if there's anything I do want, it'll probably be another fishery first. Just because we're going up in population, we're going to need more food. For that reason, we want the ability to get more food. Can I not squeeze you in over here? I can. Yeah, I think this is a better place. We'll get that set up. Alright, there's one bit of road. I would like to have actually joined these two up in hindsight. Which was a silly mistake, but there you go. These things happen. Looking at our resources compared to population. We're not in the worst possible position. We still don't need to rush out to get new resources. We will need some more tools, so let's get that blacksmith back up. And also get the tailor back in. We'll hold on to the 4 labourers. Maybe throw up another foresters. Let these ones cut down the trees now. Don't know where I want this. I think here is probably fine. Drag a dirt road out there. Not really what I had in mind. Also not what I had in mind. There we go, plenty of labourers to deliver the goods over there. Currently. Well, this fishery goes up, and then we'll be out of labourers again. Down to 1 with 1 builder. But that's quite alright. Maybe we want a house over this side. But we don't want to block as much of the forest, so probably better just to squeeze you in over here. Yeah, that's better. That's a lot better. Nice. But we will wait until we're in a later stage of winter for that. Birth of logs is low. That's because we're building up a lot of buildings. A couple more fishery workers. 3 over there. 3 over here. 2 in there. And I want people in the foresters. We'll pull up the tailor once that's finished. Get ourselves a couple more foresters. The blacksmith is getting increasingly important though. We've still got a good stockpile of food now, we're up to 2,000. Firewood's looking a little bit more concerning. And then I do want to get this market up. But at the beginning of year 8, I think this is a good amount of progress for now. Or I will come back to this at a later date. Save the game. Thank you all for watching. May your days be joyful, and your nights peaceful. Take care.